Thought I would show you how to use favorites again, a little more in depth. So if you go over here to your tools and scroll down, I've already done it, but scroll all the way down to library and right click on favorites, and you can pin it to the top, which I've already done. So once you've pinned it to the top, you won't have to scroll all the way down. It will always be right up here amongst your top of your favorites, which is very handy to have quickly. Now open your favorites, and here's my favorites. Now, so what we want to do to make this work the way I want to show you this is you need to float this in a separate window. So click on the three little dots in the upper right corner of favorites and click float this panel. So it's over here now. Now let's minimize that. And we are going to go over to our browser. That's why I want to show you this. This is great. And let's shrink it down to a little bit so we can see both screens. So I just shrunk this down, and I have a tab over here that I had done a search result for a Magog on the Naked Bible podcast. So suppose I want to save this so that I can get back to it easy in the future. What we can do now is we can grab that and drag it over to our favorites. So watch. Oops, I clicked it accidentally. Let's do it again. Drag it over to our favorites. I'm going to put it in underneath a section called web links. I'm going to drop it right there. And there it is in our favorites. So I can always get back to that, and I'll show you that in a second. So we can rename it, which is real handy. Click on the little dots, rename, and let's just rename the whole thing. Oops, let's rename that. Come on. I'm having trouble grabbing it. Let's make cursor right there. Delete all that. And we'll just call it the Naked Bible Podcast. Oops. I just opened it. Rename it. Search for. There. So that's it. Now that I have that saved here, anytime I want to click on that, it brings that window up over in my browser again. And you can organize your favorites. I'm going to make it a little bigger. You can organize your favorites by, up here you can add new folders, and you can rename the folders the same way. And see, I've created one called Web Links. I have one called Deep Dive Later, Things to Remember to Pursue Later. Here's where I kept those searches I'd showed you before. And you can just keep growing these all on your favorites and things you want to easily get back to or not forget about. And you can organize them and create however you want to do that. So that is real handy. And that is it for that one.